8 persons feared dead this Monday in Osun State as PDP and APC dagger drawn for control of the state council secretariats following an appeal court judgment reinstating chairmen and councillors sacked in 2022 by 2 different Osun High Court judgments.
They have also killed councillors in Ishokan. They attack people in Iragwiji. They attack people in Oshogbo. They attack people in Olonda. And just by the whiskers, the Executive Director of Federal Housing Authority, Engineer Remi Omowaye, was waylaid and ambushed.
The former governor of the state and Minister of Marine and Blue Economy, Gboyega Oyetola, had stormed the state following the appeal court ruling reinstating the chairman and the councillors. At a meeting with them, he assured that adequate security was being put in place to enforce their reinstatements.
Thank God, the Court of Appeal has restored the mandate of our chairman and the councillors. We are very happy, we are grateful to Almighty God, and we commend the judiciary for doing the right thing.
I call this press conference.
Governor Ademola Adeleke of Osun State, briefing newsmen in the wake of the LGA crisis rocking the state, accused his predecessor, Gboyega Oyetola, of plotting to unleash mayhem in the state. The governor warned that the minister has been issuing unlawful directives to security operatives to enforce illegality, allegedly using his connection to the president to execute his plans, an action he laments is gradually plunging the state into chaos and violence.
Mr. Gboyega Oyetola has concluded an arrangement to cause mayhem in Osun State starting from Monday. He is issuing illegal directives to security operatives to enforce illegality simply because he is nephew of Mr. President. I choose to allow the nation before my people are killed or maimed by a minister dropping the name of Mr. President in connivance with the Osun State security operatives obeying unlawful orders.
Debunking reports making the rounds that he ordered the sack of the council chairman and councillors, Governor Adeleke stressed that they were all sacked by 2 different Osun Federal High Court rulings in 2022, even before he assumed office as governor.
Let me make it clear that the said council chairman was sacked before I was sworn in as governor of Osun State, contrary to the lies being peddled that the chairman and councillors were sacked by my executive order. For emphasis, I want to state that I had nothing to do with the sacking of the chairman and councillor produced by the Osun 2022 local government polls. The chairman and councillor were sacked by the 2 different judgments of the Federal High Court, Oshogbo. The script Mr. Oyetola is playing is about the most reprehensible abuse of power in this Fourth Republic, capable of untold and unforeseen consequences on the polity. The general public is aware that there were 2 different Federal High Court judgments on the local government election of 2022. The first judgment was on the suit filed by the People's Democratic Party (PDP), which sacked the product of the 2022 polls. The second judgment was on the suit filed by the Action People's Party (APP), which also sacked the chairman and councillor produced by the said 2022 Osun local government polls. Amended notice of appeal asked the Court of Appeal to reinstate the sacked chairman and councillors, but the Court of Appeal, in its wisdom, said it has become an academic exercise. The request for the reinstatement of the chairman and councillor was not granted. However, the appeal by the APC against the APP judgment did not succeed at the Court of Appeal, which makes the judgment still subsisting and alive. The Court of Appeal dismissed the APC appeal against the judgment obtained by the APP. The only legal recourse open to the APC is to appeal the APP judgment and the subsequent ruling of the Court of Appeal to the Supreme Court.
Governor Adeleke maintained that as the chief security officer of the state, he would not sit back and watch the state plunge into chaos and violence.
To insist on the rule of law by instructing the Inspector General of Police, the Director General of DSS, the Commandant General of Civil Defense, cops not to obey an illegal order from his nephew, Mr. Boyego Itola. The Osun State security chiefs should also be called to order. I call on Mr. President to instruct the National Security Advisor and the Attorney General of the Federation to personally verify the fact the Court of Appeal judgment did not reinstate the sacked local government chairmen and councillors, and the fact that there is a subsisting judgment of court that sacked the chairman and councillor produced by the 2022 local government polls.
The State Attorney General and Commissioner for Justice gives an insight into the Court of Appeal judgment reinstating the sacked chairmen and councillors.
For us to look at the judgment of the Court of Appeal that some people are interpreting wrongly, the amended originating summon is hereby struck out for incompetence. Consequently, suit number FHC/OS/CS/94/2022 and is hereby struck out. Cost of 250,000 to the appellant against the first respondent. The implication of this is that the suit filed by PDP was struck out by the Court of Appeal, and of course, by implication, the judgment, of course, was also struck out. That means PDP never brought any action, and there was no judgment. There was no order, no consequential order, or the Court of Appeal did not even consider the issue that borders on reinstating the sacked chairman and councillor. It was never considered by the Court of Appeal, and there was no order in respect of those issues, because according to the Court of Appeal, it is academic, and they are not prepared to venture into same. So the implication now is that the chairman remains sacked, the suit is struck out, and the judgment, of course, is set aside.
Meanwhile, the State Electoral Commission insists that the state local government election scheduled for 22nd of February will hold despite the judgment.
And on this premise, there is no order stopping this commission from going ahead with the election already scheduled for 22nd of February 2025.
Jude Agweke, reporting for VOS TV News Benin.